I mentioned Charlotte Tilbury, and she went, "Oh, I love Charlotte's stuff." And I was like, "Mum, you've never actually had anything of Charlotte Tilbury's in your entire life," and she hasn't. So why she was just going rap? She's trying to be all trendy, I reckon, trying to be in on the in crowd. Do you know what I mean? Should we let her in? Let's let her in, shall we? She is my mum after all, bless her. Okay. Good morning, gorgeous ones. How are you all doing today? If you're new to my channel, I'm Joseph. It's lovely to have you with me today. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to the House of Joseph. In today's tutorial, guys, we're going to be having a first impressions look at this. I have to hold it at a certain angle because otherwise it just can you see that? It just disappears in my bright studio light. So this is called Fresh Face Foundation. It's by the British company Barry M, although I believe it's a British company anyway. And this is in shade number 5. And this is one of those dewy sort of foundation. I got this from Superdrug yesterday, £7.99, with the view to sharing this with you beautiful ones out there. And I also got this too, which is a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Wand, I believe. And this is one of those luminizers. You can mix this with foundation or skin cream or something to give your skin that dewy sort of look. And we'll try that today as well if you guys want me to. So if that sounds like something you beautiful ones out there want to find out more about, keep watching. In order for visual purposes, guys, I've dragged myself about a foot to the left so that now you can see that one perfectly, can't you, without any glare from my studio light, which is quite mood dependent. It's quite a moody old light. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's very, very bright, sometimes very dull, depending on whether it's had a good night's sleep or not. But this morning it's obviously in a fabulous mood because it's just pumping the old light out. But waffling. Okay, right, so this, as I said, this is called the Fresh Face Foundation by the British company Barry M, and this is one of those glowy foundations, and it comes in a plastic, frosted spitting, again, why do I keep spitting, guys? It's just a phase I'm going through. I'm going through a spitting phase, so, right, okay, carry on. It comes in a frosted plastic tube, which actually looks quite classy. I mean, shall I put that down there, and then can you imagine that on your bathroom shelf with a pastel-y sort of pink top quadrant, and then a bare or transparent patch so you can see the color of the foundation. And because this is going to be a blind first impressions, again, I don't know anything about this product at all other than what it says on the back and the claims on the front. I certainly haven't looked at the website, and I do blind reviews just because it makes it more interesting for you at home, a bit more unpredictable, and sometimes I can form an impression about a product and then read the website and find out that I've been using it totally the wrong way. And I just think that adds as I said, another level of entertainment or unpredictability. Is there such a word as unpredictability? Don't know. There is now, though, isn't there, guys? Because I've just made it up. And towards the base of the foundation, there's a white collar with the Barry M branding on, and there's the lid. And this has been security sealed. Can you see that? Whopping great sticker on there, which I'm just going to have nightmares removing that, and it'll pick up fluff and dust and dead skin, and will just cause me a living hell, guys. But again, that's not your problem, is it? No, it's mine. Okay, so shall I just read off the claims on the back, and then we'll crack this one open, and I'll try it on the back of my hand, a swatch on these half-a-century-old chops, and then I'll apply it all over my face, and then we'll try and mix. Well, we'll give you a first impressions of this one too, and then we'll try mixing them together, shall we? We'll just play around with it, shall we? Which is what we're here for. Should we do that? Let's do that. Because when I do these blind reviews or blind first impressions, as I said, I don't look at the website, and all I've got to go on is the bottle itself. So we'll try and glean as many clues as possible, can we? Shall we? As to what this foundation is actually supposed to do. I already know it's going to be one of those dewy, glowy foundations because it says so on the back. And the claim is, get that dewy skin finish with Fresh Face Foundation. Got you guys in a little bit closer just so you can have a good old butchers at this one. See, it's doing it again, isn't it? Oh no, can you? Yeah, you can see that, can't you? So yeah, I've already told you the title claim, and then it says this lightweight formula blends seamlessly into skin to leave the ultimate healthy glow. That's the second claim, isn't it? So we're looking for a healthy glow. Infused with skin goodness, including aronia berry to protect, vitamin C to brighten, and hyaluronic acid to plump and moisturize. Get ready for flawless skin with this radiant foundation. Now, you guys know how I feel about these sort of claims, which and skincare benefits or skincare ingredients in. So I'm just cleaning my hands. Got really dry skin on my hands. Can you see that? No, I don't think you can. They're a bit wet because I've got my J cloth here, and I'm just trying to rub the dead skin off because obviously I would use my salicylator, but stopped using it about 3 days ago, and it's Lisa Eldridge is just Do love Lisa Eldridge. Do you like her? She's amazing, isn't she? And what I particularly like about Lisa is the fact she just doesn't advertise, or she doesn't allow any adverts on her videos, so you can watch them from start to finish without being bombarded with adverts for Tenor Men and Remitly and all of that rubbish. Do you know what I mean? And I'd like to follow in Lisa's footsteps. So one day when my channel's the size of Lisa's, I'm not going to do adverts on my channel either, because I don't believe in them. Shall I stop talking about advertising revenue, which I could potentially earn in the future, but refusing to earn, and talk about Barry M Fresh Face Foundation instead? I'll do that. Yeah, no, guys, it does bother me when these companies just label dress their products, and they're doing it here by saying this has got Aconia. Is it Aconia? Oh no, Aronia berry. I've never heard of that, but I'm not a huge fan of plant extracts anyway. But putting them into foundation is like a chocolate teapot or an ashtray on a motorbike. Do you know what I mean? It's useless. And the vitamin C is sodium ascorbyl phosphate, which is a salt of vitamin C to try and stabilize it, or to make it more stable, basically, in skincare or makeup. However, again, I doubt the levels in fact, I know that the levels they're using in this won't make a blind bit of difference to your skin. Certainly probably would never brighten. And as for hyaluronic acid, well, you've heard me waffling on and on and on about that, rambling and ranting on about how the inclusion of hyaluronic acid into any skincare formulation, unless it is a certain form of HA or hyaluronic, if they're fragments of hyaluronic acid, I'm spitting again. What's wrong with me, guys? Why do I keep spitting? I am the spitting man. So to my mind, the fact that Barry M are already label dressing, it's a bit of a negative. I'm not going to take any points off though, just because every single company and his dog does. Do you know what I mean? They just do it because it's a practice which advertising. Yeah, okay, waffling. Right, so let's get this one open. I've already started to peel up the old security seal. Can you see that? And what we'll do is I'll just remove that one in front of you guys, just so you can see that this foundation has never been used before. Oh, bugger, look at that. Oh dear, that's a nightmare waiting to happen, isn't it? Yeah, that is. Well, we have to go and clean that now, guys. We'll be back in a few seconds, sorry. Don't these companies know that there'll be people reviewing foundations like this on YouTube or TikTok and places? So by sticking stuff on there which is going to create mess and cause men like me to have nightmares, totally unnecessary, beautiful ones, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so that's removed now, and it's still a little bit sticky. Look, can you see that? Living nightmare that is, guys. That's an attraction for germs and dust and fluff, and oh, it's just horrible. Right, stop waffling. Let's crack this one open. So, wow, this is like Fort Knox. This really, really is. I mean, look, can you see that? It's got, as opposed to having the security seal in place, there's also another layer of, which I suppose is good, really, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want your foundation to have been slapped all over someone else's choppies, do you? So I've just removed that. And so again, we're looking for what was it? Ultimate healthy glow. So that's what we're looking for here today, guys. So yeah, why am I just showing in my hand? Shall I just put something on it and then show it to you? I'll do that, shall I? So yeah, and sorry, this is 35 mils and was £7.99, and so it's 5 mils bigger than your bog standard 30 mil foundation. So we'll just okay, giving me vibes of put the lid on that one, otherwise you know what will happen to that. So guys, there's the dollop of foundation. I won't say can you see, because I know you can see perfectly well, but can you please all look at that? Looks a little bit yellowy, doesn't it? Again, I don't know how many shades they had. They had probably around 15 shades that all lined up in Superdrug. And shall I blend that one in? Let's do that. So, and again, we're looking for glow. The ultimate glow is what it claimed, wasn't it? So this has been on the back of my hand since you saw me put it on, and then I stopped the video, and because I had to go and do something, and then so it's been on the back of my hand for about 2 minutes, I would say. Has it dried? No, and I don't think it would dry totally, because I believe this is one of those hydrating formulations too, and therefore they probably will never ever dry totally or dry down to a dry state. But can you see how glowy that is? Wow. It's way too yellow for my skin tone, I believe, at the minute. I mean, we'll slap it on my 50-year-old chop zone and see if we can make it work. But you can see obviously that's not the colour of my face. My face is a lot darker and a lot more pink than that. But can you see that's basically a white, isn't it? And you can see the foundation. It's giving me a sort of a tan sort of colour, and this reminds me of one of my tanning formulations, my self tanners. But okay. It's incredibly glowy, guys. I mean, look at that. You can see the sheen it's giving me on the back of my hand, can't you? Yeah. And has it dried yet? Oh, it's getting there. Oh, hang on. There's a very, very, very faint perfume to it, so it's a fragrance formulation. And if you don't like fragrances, and I can't stand them at all, they make me physically nauseated. But this has got a very, very, very faint, not an altogether unpleasant smell actually. In fact, it reminds me of I can't think, guys, but it's not that cloying sort of repugnant sort of smell which the Maybelline Dream Satin Mousse had. Sorry, shall I start again? I'll start again. It's not as repugnant as the Dream Satin Liquid Foundation or the Bourjois nauseating foundation. So I guess the question, guys, is it overpowering enough for me to be able to wear or to recommend? No, because as I said, it's not a. It reminds me of an incensey sort of smell or a joss sticky sort of. Do you know what I mean? That sort of that very ethnic-y sort of what's the word, sandalwoody sort of. It's not a repugnant scent. So in fact, I could definitely get away with wearing that, and it wouldn't make me physically sick. So yeah, okay, right. Wow, and has it dried? No, and it's left like a sort of a moist sort of feel to the skin, which it will do because it's got skincare benefits to it. Although I don't think they would, as I said, I don't think they'd make a blind bit of difference to anyone's skin. However, what I might do, guys, is put one half on one side and leave the other half bare. Is that a good idea? Should we start shaking things up a little bit on the House of Joseph rather than me just slapping it on my old face, washing face, taking hundreds of photos, coming back, doing the same? Yeah, I'll do that, shall I? Let's do that. And then you can compare and contrast. Okay. So, guys, I have foundation in hand and I also have fresh, clean J cloth. And you can see there's a bit of, because I've already cleaned it off the back of my hands, and that's all that is on there. It's just a piece of foundation off that old hand or young hand, because I'm not 50. I am physically 50, but mentally I'm about 21 or something. So let's just, oh, bugger, I've put way too much on there. But £7.99. I mean, this is a budget foundation, just putting the lid on it. It's a budget foundation, isn't it? So again, you're not going to break the bank if it doesn't work. And it can also just go in my crate, which is now absolutely chock-a-block full of foundations. But that's just pays testament to my addiction, doesn't it? So let's just load some of that one onto the old chops. Are you all okay, guys? Hope so. As I said today, wow, how much foundation have I got on this? What's that woman's name? Is it Meredith or no? Yeah, Meredith, the blonde American lady, and she uses something like 50,000 pumps of foundation, and she just, I just couldn't do that, guys. Just couldn't. A, it's wasteful, and B, it just, I can't see the point in putting a very, very thick layer of foundation on anyone's skin. And the woman's beautiful to start off with. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't need all of that crud on her face, does she? This shade is very, very beige. You can see that, can't you, guys? It's way too dark. I know what it smells of. It's roses. Yeah, it's got a very, very faint rose sort of smell to it, which is quite pleasant, actually. And I think it might have been Lancôme or someone like that used to... Oh, bugger. Dear God, look at that. So, guys, this is one layer of that on my right-hand side of my face. And as you can see, the colour, it's just way off. It's just way, 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 way too dark and too orange and too yellow for my skin. In fact, it's giving me a sort of like an olivey sort of tan sort of hue to my skin. Very glowy though, and it hasn't dried, and I put it on about 30 seconds to a minute ago, and then I had to move it back out because the camera started wobbling quite severely. So if I just tidy up the old stosh, and because my hair's going grey, salt and peppering around the old temples, I'll have to clean up that one as well. Okay, right, so now I've removed half the foundation from these old choppies. Just blend that in again, and I did use a lot of foundation there, guys. I mean, you saw how much I used, didn't you? Okay, so again, it's just totally the wrong shade, and just by that doesn't look particularly offensive, does it? In the bottle, no, I don't think it does. It looks like a reasonable sort of match for my skin tone. However, actually, now it's on the old skin. I don't know what to make of this stuff, guys. I really don't. Oh, and by the way, I thought I'd be really, really cocky and try and find a foundation which no one's ever reviewed on YouTube. And I thought perhaps this would be a candidate for that. Thousands of reviews, hundreds and thousands of reviews already on YouTube of this particular baby. So that was an epic fail on my half, wasn't it? Or my attempts to be different. Yeah, okay, I suppose now it's oxidizing. Yeah, okay. So you saw the color it went on, didn't you? That really, really strong sort of beige, sort of yellow American tan sort of color. Although now it's oxidized slightly. In fact, I probably wiped most of it off, and most of it's now on my J cloth. But no, I should put some on this side as well, and just just do a full old job. Should we do that? Okay, let's do that. I'll have to get you back in again, guys, and try not to knock the old camera. Very crude sort of setup here because I'm not a millionaire. I can't afford a studio and very expensive lights. Stop waffling. Okay. This it's so not a self-adjusting or a skin tone adjusting foundation, although it has miraculously changed to suit my skin tone, hasn't it? Can you see that? Wow. Could be onto a bit of a winner here, beautiful ones. Okay, so I've just put a lot less this time because obviously I went in with a bucket load before, didn't I? Typical me, overdoing everything to the nth degree. Just wipe the back of my hand off, otherwise that will just cause me considerable stress and drama. Have a slab of tea in a minute, if that's okay. Okay, so let's just start by working that, finger blending him into the skin. And yeah, okay, so that's looking a lot better, isn't it now, beautiful ones? Obviously I did put way too much on the right side of these old choppies, but just clean my hand again. So far so good, guys. Obviously I need to go and I'll take a set of photos in a minute for you beautiful ones to have a reference photos. Rolling my R's because I am Welsh boyo. Boyo is this, it's an expression Welsh people use, particularly people from North Wales where I was born. I was born in Bangor. Waffling about place of birth as opposed to Barrett M Foundations, which is what we should be talking about rather than what I am talking about. So what I'll have to do is just clean up my old temple again, because obviously it's very much, my hair's very much paler there and would make any foundation which is darker than the hair stand out like a Belisha beacon. So beautiful ones. This is a thick layer on the right hand side of my face, much thinner layer, both applied with fingers, and I haven't applied primer, and I never do for these. I just don't in everyday life. I could have used this one, couldn't I? The Revolution. This is a dupe for a Benefit product. I don't know if they still sell that or not. Can someone please let me know in the comments whether you think they do or not? That would be great. I'd love to hear from you guys. I know no one will ever will, but you know, it's nice to ask though, isn't it, guys? Nice to plead or beg or... So, this side is dried now. The left-hand side of my chops is totally dried. This side, because I put such a thick layer on it, still having difficulty trying to absorb into my skin and to dry out. But it doesn't feel tacky anymore. It just feels just very soft and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't think. Where's my thesaurus? No, can you see there? Look. Wow. Glowy chops. Glowy cheeks, certainly. So it could be the ultimate glow-giving foundation, couldn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty impressed actually, guys. I am. But to start off with, I was horrified at the colour when it came out of the tube, and then on this side of my face, I thought, oh my goodness me, I've wasted yet another £7.99. Although, since it's been on these 50-year-old face of mine, it has oxidised, and it is just matched my skin totally, isn't it? And as I said, this isn't one of those shade adjusting formulations. It's just yeah. Okay, I'll go and take a set of photos. Then when I come back, I'll introduce this one to the equation, and we'll talk about this one, and then should we try and mix them together? Why not? And then make me look like a glitter ball or something. Should we do that? Let's do that. So far, guys, I'm pretty impressed with this one, considering it did actually considering it did actually adjust itself to my skin tone, didn't it? And it's not supposed to do that. You know, it's not one of its claims, is it? But you know, as I've said before, oxidization, foundations which oxidize can sometimes not work for skin. So say you found your ideal shade, you put it on your skin, within half an hour or something, it just looks totally obvious and not like the foundation you chose in the shop. However, that can work in the reverse too. If a foundation like this one, for example, looked way too orange and too beige on my skin, in fact, it gave me a very strong 1970s sort of tan look, didn't it? However, now it's just incredible, isn't it? How does that work? How does it work? Okay, right. This is me looking straight out of the window into natural daylight, and it doesn't look orange at all in the daylight. So this is me looking to the right. Stop waffling, man. This is me looking to the left. This is me holding the camera above my head. And finally, flash photography, guys. Or beautiful ones. Okay, so, pretty impressed with it. Can you see the... Stop smiling. Why am I beaming, guys? Just impressed with that area. There, and there's nothing else on my skin other than this one, guys. You know, I didn't prime, and I don't wear moisturizer. I tend to use more serums and serums I've made myself. At the moment, I'm using I'm back on a Cassia serum actually, or gum arabic, or facelift in a bottle. Can I ask your advice on something, beautiful ones, whilst we're here and whilst we're talking about me again, my favourite subject? No, it's so not, guys. But what do you reckon? Should I just get rid of the fairy lights behind? Do they distract you, or do you not care really? I'm sure none of you actually give a darn about whether there are fairy lights or not behind me, but I just wondered whether they distract you or not. The rug wall hanging thing is from it's either Central American or South American, something like that, and the two what would you call these, lanterns, aren't they? Yeah, and they are from charity shops. Okay, right, guys. So gorgeous ones. Now we'll have a closer look at the Fresh Face Luminiser, and this has also got aronia berry and hyaluronic acid. No vitamin C though, so not that the inclusion of vitamin C, aronia berry or hyaluronic acid would make a blind bit of difference to anyone's skin, because it just won't. But and this again comes in a very slim, very nice looking pale pink, pastel sort of pink tube. About a half of the tube is taken up with the pastel pink colour. Again, there's a little window, transparent window, so you can see the shimmering gold. You can see that, can't you, in there? Oh, sorry, look at that there, beautiful ones. And then there's a white collar which blends into the white plastic lid with the Barry M branding, and it says 23 grams. So, don't know how much that is in millage. Does anyone else know? Oh, what's that? Got a Tinder message. Sorry. But, oh dear, sorry. I'm just not doing my job again, just getting carried away by my dating, but sorry. Right. No great shakes, guys. Okay, so, yeah, and I'll just read off the back, and it says, hang on, create a spotlight glow with Fresh Face Luminiser. So that's number one. We need to see whether this is going to create a spotlight glow on these choppies. Designed to give you a radiant glow, this formula is packed with skin-loving aronia berry and hyaluronic acid to brighten and hydrate skin. Again, you know, I'm not gonna hold my breath. Mix with foundation or simply apply to the high points of the face for an instant radiance. For an extra glowy look, sweep across collarbones. I'm not going to be doing that today, guys. Sorry, again, moustache is trying to grow vertically. So beautiful ones. There are three claims there, aren't there? There's the fact that this is supposed to give you a spotlight sort of effect, brighten and hydrate the skin. So they're the three that we'll be looking at today. So without any further waffle from yours truly, I'll crack this bad boy open. And I wonder, I was going to say, because I think the Charlotte Tilbury one has got like a sponge applicator or a dispenser of some description, but this is just a tube. Can you see that? And I actually prefer that because there's less packaging involved, and that means, you know, that less, put the lid on that one. You know, less packaging means less environmental impact. So that's just there. And I'll just start by finger blending using my index finger as opposed to using my middle finger, which I tend to do quite a lot. And I know that I'm just being very rude to you guys out there by doing that. Unintentionally, of course. Okay, so beautiful ones, can you see that? Or should I say, look at that? Wow. That's pretty gorgeous, isn't it? That is really, really pretty. I'm liking that. Yeah, and it's got a definite gold tone to it. Again, it's got that very, very, very faint rose sort of smell. And as I said, I don't mind that because that's more natural than stinking like a bottle of Chanel No. 5 or something, which is obviously a an artificial scent, or it's a blend of scents that is delivered. Right, okay, sorry. But yeah, wow, look at that. So just start rotating this rubber arm of mine. No, the rubber arm has been done to death now. Shall I find something else to laugh at or to talk about? Yeah, I'll try my hardest, guys. Where's my J cloth? I better go and find my J cloth. Back in 2 shakes. Right, we have essential item in hand, and I just think that's incredible. It's giving me vibes of Estee Lauder's Spotlight, which was like a highlighter meets skincare, and I think that was released possibly 15 years ago. They discontinued it pretty quickly afterwards. I think it was a bit of a flop, TBH. But I'll just remove that, and then we'll get some on these old chops, shall we? Why not? It's what we're here for, isn't it, guys? So again, guys, I'll just apply this to one side. I might apply it to this side because the natural daylight's here, and I want you to be able to see the reflection that this baby's going to produce. I'm sure it's a very, very glowy. It's a highlighter, isn't it? That's what it is. It's a liquid or a cream highlighter disguised as a cream highlighter. No, stop it, idiot. Right, okay. So can you see all of that on that finger? And what I'll do is you're supposed to apply it to the high points of the face, those being the cheekbones and your forehead. However, for reference and for today, I'll just apply it all to my skin. Feeling very hemmed in today, guys. Very hemmed in. It's not a lot of space too. I just need to clean my hand. There's not a lot of space. Wow. Wow, look at that. And some of these highlighters can make you look a little bit sweaty. Do you know what I mean? Like they can make you look very, very sweaty, as if you've just run a half marathon, or you've just hoovered your stairs, or you've just, I don't really know. But this one, wow. Talk about lit from within, guys. This is amazing. I don't know whether the camera's going to pick this up or not, guys, but that's just incredible, isn't it? And it's letting my skin shine through, so there's absolutely no coverage to this highlighter or cream highlighter at all. And obviously my skin's looking a little bit red because it's been washed nearly 1,000 times this morning, but that's my problem, not your. Oh, I better put my glasses on just to have an inspection. Yeah, I'm loving the fact it just diffuses or airbrushes almost your texture. Again, look. Can you see? It's amazing, isn't it? So I'm just getting really, really excited about this highlight. I can't remember how much it was, guys. I will find out and I'll put it down here. And I think it was definitely around £5. It may have been the same price as the foundation, but again, for something to do that to your skin, it's just awesome, isn't it? It's incredible. Falling in love, guys, falling in love. How sad am I? Right, what I'll do is I should put some on the rest of this old face of mine, and then I'll go and take some photos, and then I'll we'll try blending it with the foundation, and then we'll close, if that's okay. We won't look at the website today, but because I'll do a full blind review on the foundation, possibly once, because I've got to do the number 7 Essentially Natural foundation, which looks amazing. But oh, wow. And that it's dried immediately, guys. I mean, as soon as it touches the skin, it obviously it needs to be quite moist to just be able to get on your skin in the face. It needs to have some glide and some slip. However, those agents have evaporated, and it's just left doesn't feel at all sticky. In fact, it just feels like my skin, so it just blends with the skin totally. Loving this one, guys, loving it. And the foundation as well. Wow. So big thumbs up to Barry M so far. And the only issue I'm having with this is the fact it's a bit gold. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure that they do a transparent or a what's the word I'm looking at? A plain sort of colour. That's what the word I'm grasping for, but failing to grab. Where's my J cloth? I'm trying to be all posh there by saying cloth, when in fact I just meant J cloth. Right, so just by moving my head very, very slowly, guys. What am I doing? What am I doing, guys? No, but can you see? I mean, it's just amazing, isn't it? Why's my voice gone really high pitched? Can you see, guys? Can you see? Do you know what I mean? No, but look, though, it is incredible, isn't it? It's giving my skin almost like a holographic. I've got you in a lot closer as well, which is where I like to keep my beautiful subscribers right next to me. Wowzers. Wow, wow, wow. Loving it. Absolutely falling for this one big time, guys. And, you know, I do tend to fall for pots of makeup quite regularly on quite a regular basis. But I haven't had an obsession with a makeup product for at least 3 hours. No, for at least a couple of weeks, have I? So it's time I was due one, really. But that is incredible. I'm feeling festival sort of, you know, disco sort of night out, nightclubby. I think this would be perfect for something like that, all over the old skin. But yeah, no, I'm so impressed, guys. I'll go and take a set of photos, and when I come back, should we try blending the old foundation? It's now coming up to 9:05. Why did I tell you guys that? You didn't really need to know that, did you guys? No, you didn't, right? I'll go and do that now, and when I come back, we'll mix the two, shall we? I'll go and do that. See ya. It's funny, isn't it, guys, how small things please small minds. Well, makeup can really, really, really please me, and I'm just thrilled with this one. It looks awesome in natural daylight too. In fact, you can't even tell there's anything on my skin. And as for Charlotte Tilbury, how much is her Hollywood magic wand? About 30 or 40 pounds. Again, I'm not too sure, but this was, I think this may have been exactly the same price as this one, and this was £7. May have been a little bit cheaper. This was £7.99. But Charlotte Tilbury, please. I mean, come on, guys, come on. This is amazing stuff. Actually, when we were on holiday, I was talking to my mum about my channel and what I do on my channel. And I mentioned Charlotte Tilbury, and she went, "Oh, I love Charlotte's stuff." And I was like, "Mum, you've never actually had anything of Charlotte Tilbury's in your entire life," and she hasn't. So why she was just going rap? She's trying to be all trendy, I reckon, trying to be in on the in crowd. Do you know what I mean? Should we let her in? Let's let her in, shall we? She is my mum after all, bless her. Okay. Right, beautiful ones. This one is me looking out of the window into natural daylight, and as you can see, it just makes your skin look gorgeous. Very, very subtle. This one's me looking to the right. Here's me looking to the left. Here's me holding the camera above my head. Itchy moustache. And finally, flash photography, guys. But as for Charlotte Tilbury's magic wand, this one would rival that. And as I said, the only issue I'm having with it is the fact it makes my skin look a little bit like a bar of bouillon or a doubloon, a Spanish doubloon or something like that. However, I'm not going to fail it just because of that. No way, no way, guys. I mean, if I might go out this afternoon and see, because I need to. Should I put that down there? And you can imagine that in the in your bathroom shelf, can't you, guys? Or should I do it that way? What am I doing? Why am I doing that? Why am I being ridiculous, guys? Because I am ridiculous, and I'm Mr. Waffle as well. So, in case you didn't know that, okay. Right. What was I talking about? Totally gone. Sorry about that, guys. The topic of conversation left my brain, although it's now re-entered my brain. I'm going to go out this afternoon and see if they do just a sort of a pale white sort of colour would be better than the gold. And Lancome in the 1990s, I think they released one of the very first liquid highlighters, no, it wasn't Macrylumin. It was very, very similar to Macrylibra, and it came in the same bottle, although it was very, very gold, and they did a white one as well. And I'm getting slight vibes of this, although that stuff stank to high heaven. It was really, really, really heavily perfumed. Again, typical Lancome, typical L'Oreal, who owns Lancome. Yeah, okay. I'll go and rinse this layer off, and then when I come back, we'll try mixing these two together, shall we, and see how glowy we can make these two. Should we do that? Right, guys, so first of all, I'll put some of this on the back of my hand, and then we'll mix in some of this one, and I might apply, not amply. What's amplying? Apply with the old foundation brush. Should we do that? Let's do that. So I'll just put that on my knee. Otherwise, that will go absolutely everywhere. And I've got a great big wallop of this one on the back of this old whore. What am I talking about? Sorry, guys. Freudian slip there. I'm not a whore. No, never have been, never will be. Actually, I've got a date tonight. Do you want me to do a get ready with me? I might do a get ready with me. It's in Peterborough though, so I'll have to probably. I'm supposed to be meeting the my date at 5. Right, guys. So that one there is the foundation proper, and that's the highlighter. And I don't know whether should I just mix them up with the brush? I'll do them on the back of the hand, shall I? Let's just try and blend these as well together as possible. There you can see that. And hopefully, that, I mean, because the gold's in there, it may even lighten the old... not that it needed it, because it didn't, did it? It just disappeared into my skin. Probably took around 3 or 4 minutes. But I mean, that looks really, really, really beige, doesn't it? That just looks like almost like a piece of gravy or something, or a foundation which is way too beige for my very fair, pale Celtic skin. But so there's loads on there, guys. And again, I'll start on the old central parts of the chops. Now, I will say something, guys, because we're using 2 lots of product here, and obviously getting double the whammy of rose scent. The scent's a little bit overpowering at the moment, although it's not making me want to vomit, because as I said, it's a natural smell. It smells, it just reminds me of, have any of you ever tried rose flavoured, just get a little bit more on, rose flavoured incense sticks? I love incense sticks. I've always got them burning. That's what that's the vibe this is giving me. Okay, guys, right. Going a bit mad again today, guys. I'm getting a bit nervous about that date this evening, but just blend that into the old choppies, flacking this old brush around again, aren't I, guys? And it's giving my skin an ultra, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a bit carried away there. It's giving my skin a really, really nice glow. And then just position myself without knocking you. Oh, did I knock you? Sorry, beautiful ones. Didn't mean to knock you. You're feeling a bit nauseous now. The whole world's starting to spin on its axis. Sorry, unintentionally knocking you guys. Works into the old stoush and beard. And wow. And I use possibly a ratio of 2 to 1, 2 parts foundation to 1 part luminizer, or just foundation and highlighter, as most normal people call them. But where's the fun in being normal, eh? Just keep blending, guys. You know, when you think you've blended enough, just keep on blending until you get that seamless sort of look. And this is only a first impressions, but you know, so far I'm loving this, both of these. The foundation is amazing on its own, as is the heart. This feels really greasy for some reason, my foundation brush. Just give it a quick wipe off, otherwise that'll be slipping and sliding all over the show. Right, okay. That's plenty of blending for now, isn't it? I'll just put that over there. And we'll have an inspection, shall we? Right, guys, so that's one layer on with about 2 parts foundation, 1 part highlighter. And it's dried into my skin. It doesn't feel at all tacky. Just ever so slightly moist, which again, that will be the skincare in the foundation. I don't know why. Why doesn't matter really, does it? But you know, again, you can see that the glow it's giving my skin, very subtle, very pretty, very, very nice, attractive foundation this one is. And with the highlighter, it hasn't given my skin a sort of gold look though, has it? So perhaps the two have cancelled each other out, and the beige and the gold, although beige and gold are both warm shades, whereas something like silver and sort of a rosy sort of pink colour would work quite well together, whereas beige and gold would be way, way, way too yellow for my skin. If you're warm tone though, guys, you'll be onto a winner, sort of olivey sort of skin tones. And this would go amazingly on dark skin, black skin, or olivey sort of Mediterranean. Spitting again, sorry guys. Have I got rabies or something? I don't think I have. I'm certainly not foaming at the mouth, but oh, ow, I just stepped on my blister. Ow, a bit sticky and a little bit painful. What I'll go and do, beautiful ones, is go and take a final set of photos with these two blended together on my face. I'm loving the foundation, the fact that, why do I keep spitting? Oh dear God. I'm loving the fact that the foundation is, it just adjusts to your skin tone. You know, it's just incredible. And it's not designed to do that. It's not one of the claims it makes. Although it did, didn't it? And now it doesn't look yellow at all on my skin, does it? It's incredible. And as for this one, wow. Falling for this one big time. I'm going to go out this afternoon and go and see if I can see if they sell a whitey sort of, a more of a neutrally sort of colour, because I don't like the fact it's gold. I'll go and take some photos. Okay. So beautiful ones. My final thoughts on the foundation are that it is incredible. It gives you a really, really, really lovely natural glow. I mean, look, obviously I've got both of these mixed together. Sorry, wrong way around again. The smell isn't unbearable at all. In fact, it's quite pleasant. I can see now why some companies, include scents in their foundations. Although I'd much rather just be given the choice or just not use one at all. A scent in a foundation. Out of the bottle, it just looked really dark and slightly American tanned, in, or slightly baked bean, or not matching my skin tone. But within about 3 or 4 minutes, it just changed totally. You saw that, didn't you guys? You saw how incredible this formulation actually turned out to be. And so a big thumbs up to this one for me. And this is, as I said, this is only a first impression, so I'll do a more exhaustive review on this one, a blind review. So between then and now, I certainly won't look at the website, but and we can find out how many shades they do and all of that. I've got the camera shaking again. It's because I've got my fan on and it just keeps blowing. The very cheap setup it is here, very crude and very prehistoric, I guess you could call it. As for this one, guys, wow, just blown away, totally blown away by this. It doesn't feel like anything on the skin. It is incredibly lightweight, but gives your skin that sort of that gorgeous holographic sort of effect. So I'm definitely going to go out and see if I can buy a whitish, maybe a pearlized sort of paler, transparent white sort of one. That's what I'd like. A more silvery one to go with cool skin tones. The shade gold would go really nicely on a suntan or a more of an olive complexion, as I've said before. Right, guys, but both of these together are amazing, guys. I mean, look, just incredible, guys. Absolutely flawless and stunning and beautiful, and again, speechless. Both, I think, as I said, this one was £7.99. If this one was £7, certainly under £20, you can have gorgeous looking skin. And the funny thing is that every time I've gone into B&M, I've actually purposely or intentionally walked past this foundation because I just thought I didn't really want to review it. However, yesterday when I went in there, I thought, no, go on, plumb for it. So I did, and I'm glad I got this one too, because these two are certainly going to be big parts of my makeup kit from now on. And yeah, okay. If you guys enjoyed today's review, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as opposed to a thumbs up, which I often say. Also, beautiful ones, if you haven't already, do consider subscribing so you're kept abreast every time I release new videos. Hit the notifications button to all, and all that remains is for me to wish you gorgeous ones a beautiful Wednesday, and I'll see you all very soon. All right, beautiful ones, this is me looking out of the window into natural daylight. This is me looking to the left. This is me looking to the right. Drone shot. And finally, flash photography. All right, guys, lots of love. Take care.